Before we dim the lights of the modern world, I want you to know a secret about your own mind. Did you know that your brain is biologically engineered not just to think, but to surrender? Tonight, we are not just telling a story, we are unlocking the archives of calm. We will travel back to a timeless sanctuary where science meets serenity, proving that relaxation is not something you have to force, it is something you were born to do. So pull the covers up, take a deep breath, and let the most relaxing psychology facts guide you into the deepest sleep of your life. Imagine yourself standing now at the base of a magnificent stone tower that rises high above an ancient sleepy village. The air is warm and smells of dry hay and old stone baked by the afternoon sun. You are here to discover the first secret of your own mind, which is the sanctuary of the circadian rhythm. Walk slowly toward the heavy oak door of the tower, which stands slightly ajar as if it has been waiting for you for centuries. You push it open with a gentle creak and step inside into the cool and dim interior where the air is still and silent. In the center of this room is a spiral staircase winding upward, bathed in the golden light that filters through the narrow windows. You begin to climb the stairs, feeling the smooth, cool stone beneath your hands, and with every step you take, you leave the noise and the worries of the modern world further behind you. You are climbing toward the heart of time itself. Up here in the tower, there is a massive clock, a masterpiece of engineering from a time when life moved at a slower and more human pace. You reach the top of the landing and enter the clock room, a vast circular space filled with the rhythmic and comforting sound of giant gears turning. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The sound is deep and resonant, vibrating gently in your chest. It is the heartbeat of this sanctuary, and as you look around, you see the great brass cogs moving in perfect harmony, slow and steady, never rushing, never pausing, just existing in a state of perfect, consistent motion. This clock is not just a machine, it is a metaphor for the biology within you. For inside your brain, there is a tiny cluster of cells called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which is your body's own master clock, a biological keeper of time that has evolved over millions of years to align you with the rotation of the Earth. In this tower, you can feel that ancient alignment returning to you. Walk over to the large arched window that looks out over the valley below. The sun is beginning its slow descent toward the horizon, painting the sky in shades of soft apricot, deep lavender, and burnt orange. This is the golden hour, the time when the light changes, and your body knows this light. For thousands of years, your ancestors watched this same sun dip below the hills, and their bodies responded instantly to the shifting spectrum of light. As the sun lowers, the intensity of the blue light in the atmosphere begins to fade, and this fading light travels through your eyes and sends a signal to your master clock that the day is done. It is a signal of safety, a signal that the work is finished, and in response to this signal, your brain begins the beautiful and natural production of melatonin. Imagine this hormone as a cool, dark mist that begins to rise within you, heavy and soothing. It is not something you have to force. It is a biological certainty. Just as the sun must set, you must sleep. Look out at the village below. The windows of the small cottages are beginning to glow with the warm yellow light of candles and fireplaces. There are no screens here, no bright artificial lights to confuse your rhythm, only the gentle transition from day to night. You can feel the psychology of this moment, the deep relaxation that comes from surrendering to the cycle of nature. You are not fighting against time, you are floating with it. The gears behind you continue their slow rotation, tick-tock, tick-tock, and your breathing naturally slows down to match this rhythm. You are witnessing the most relaxing psychology fact of all, which is that you were engineered to rest. Your body is designed to shut down when the darkness comes. The sun is now a half circle on the horizon, a glowing ember sinking into the earth. And as the light dims further, your eyelids feel heavier, a pleasant weight pressing down on them. This is the circadian rhythm taking over, the ancient program that guided kings and farmers and philosophers to their beds for eons. In this tower you are safe. You are protected by the thick stone walls and the steady passage of time. The light in the room is turning a soft, dusty blue, the color of twilight, and the shadows lengthen across the wooden floorboards. You find a large, plush velvet chair near the window. It looks inviting and incredibly soft. You lower yourself into it and sink into the cushions, feeling your muscles release all their tension. The back of the chair supports your spine. The armrests support your weary arms, and you let your head fall back against the headrest. The only sound is the rhythmic ticking of the clock, simpler and more grounding than any music. You watch the last sliver of the sun disappear, and the sky turns a deep, rich indigo. Your internal clock registers this change, and the melatonin levels in your blood rise gently, like a tide coming in to wash away the debris of the day. You feel a wave of coolness and comfort spread from your chest to your limbs. Your hands feel warm and heavy. Your legs feel loose and relaxed. You realize that for most of human history, this was the only way to live, to wake with the light and rest with the dark. And tonight, you are returning to that natural state. The pressure to be productive has vanished with the sun. The need to think and plan has faded with the daylight. Now there is only the velvet night and the steady rhythm of your own heart. You are a creature of the earth, and like the earth, you have seasons of activity and seasons of rest, and this night is your winter, your time to hibernate and heal. The clock tower seems to wrap its silence around you like a heavy quilt. You listen to the space between the ticks, the silence that is full of peace. You understand now that insomnia is often just a confusion of the clock. But here, in the presence of the setting sun and the steady gears, there is no confusion, only clarity and calm. Your eyes drift closed, and even behind your closed lids, you can sense the soothing darkness of the room. The psychology of the circadian rhythm is the psychology of surrender. It is the understanding that you are part of a massive, rotating planet, and you do not need to hold the world up while you sleep. You can let go. You can let the earth spin while you drift. The gears turn, tick-tock, tick-tock, and you feel yourself drifting deeper into the chair. The air in the tower is cool and fresh, filling your lungs with every slow breath. You are reconnecting with the ancestral wisdom of your body, the wisdom that knows exactly how to sleep without you having to teach it. All you have to do is provide the right environment, the darkness, the quiet, the safety, and your biology takes care of the rest. You feel a profound sense of gratitude for this mechanism, for this built-in ability to refresh and renew. The village below is completely dark now, save for a few flickering candles. The world has gone to sleep, and you are joining them. You are part of the collective rest of humanity, a vast wave of sleepers carried into the night by the rotation of the earth. The melatonin flows through you like a slow, dark river, quieting your thoughts, smoothing out the edges of your mind. You are safe in the sanctuary of the circadian rhythm, held in the arms of time, watching the day end so the night can begin. The heavy oak door is closed, the world outside is silent, and here in the tower there is only the rhythm, the slow, eternal rhythm that rocks you gently, back and forth, deeper and deeper, into the most natural, the most historical, and the most peaceful sleep you have ever known. Leaving the echo of the clock tower behind, you step now into the hallway of a grand Victorian home, where the floorboards are covered in thick Persian runners that silence your footsteps completely. The air here is warmer and carries the faint, comforting scent of beeswax and old paper. You are moving toward a heavy mahogany door at the end of the corridor. The brass handle is cool under your palm as you turn it and push the door open to reveal the private study, a room designed not just for reading, but for the deepest kind of solitude. As you step inside, you are immediately struck by the feeling of containment. This is the architecture of safety, a space that has been curated to trigger the most primitive part of your brain that longs for a secure nest. The room is dimly lit by the golden glow of a fireplace, where logs are burning down to soft, pulsing embers, casting long, dancing shadows against the walls, which are lined from floor to ceiling with books, thousands of them, their leather spines creating a tapestry of rich browns, deep reds, and forest greens. You close the door behind you, and the click of the latch is the sound of the world being locked away, leaving you in a sanctuary of silence and shadow. This room is a perfect example of what psychologists call the prospect-refuge theory, an evolutionary idea that explains why we feel so profoundly at peace in cozy, enclosed spaces. Imagine your ancient ancestors seeking a cave or a ledge where they could look out at the landscape to see any approaching danger, which is the prospect, while remaining hidden and protected within the shadows, which is the refuge. This study is your modern cave, a place where you are hidden from the demands of life, yet you feel perfectly oriented and in control. You walk across the soft carpet toward the corner of the room where a large wingback chair sits angled toward the fire. This chair is the ultimate nook, a space within a space. You lower yourself into the chair, and the leather creaks softly, welcoming you, molding to your shape as you settle in. Notice the design of the chair. The high back and the wings that protrude from the sides are not just decorative, they serve a psychological purpose by protecting your neck and your peripheral vision, eliminating the need for you to be on guard. When you sit here, your back is covered, your sides are shielded, and your eyes can rest softly on the fire. This arrangement tells your amygdala, the alarm system of your brain, that there is no threat, that you are entirely safe. The walls of the room seem to wrap around you like a warm embrace. The ceiling is painted a dark, soothing color that makes the room feel smaller and more intimate, bringing the atmosphere down to wrap around your shoulders like a heavy shawl. Outside the tall window, a gentle rain has begun to fall, tapping rhythmically against the glass. And this sound deepens your sense of security because you are on the inside looking out. You are dry while the world is wet. You are warm while the world is cool. And this contrast releases a cascade of dopamine and oxytocin in your brain, chemicals that induce a state of fuzzy contentment. You watch the rain streak the glass, blurring the lights of the outside world until they are just abstract shapes of color, removing all detail and all responsibility. In this nook, you are recapturing the feeling of a child building a fort under the dining table or hiding in a cupboard, that instinct to squeeze into a small space because small spaces feel manageable and ours. The vastness of the world can be overwhelming, but here, in this candlelit study, your world has shrunk to the comfortable radius of the firelight. You pick up a heavy woolen blanket draped over the arm of the chair and pull it over your legs, tucking the edges in tight, reinforcing the boundaries of your body. The fire pops gently, a log shifting in the grate, sending a shower of sparks up the chimney, and the light flares briefly, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. Time seems to stop in this room. You are realizing that relaxation is not just a state of mind, but a physical reaction to your environment. Your heart rate slows down because your environment demands nothing of you. The architecture itself is holding you. You look at the rows of books, silent guardians of knowledge. They muffle the sound and add layers of insulation between you and the outside, making the room feel hushed and reverent. The shadows in the corners of the room are not scary. They are soft and velvety, hiding nothing but peace. You feel a heaviness in your limbs, a delightful sinking sensation, as if gravity is gently pulling you deeper into the chair. The psychology of the nook is the psychology of the womb, a return to the first place of safety we ever knew. And tonight, this Victorian study is recreating that primal comfort for you. The light from the single candle on the desk flickers, casting a warm, honey-colored glow on the green glass shade of the banker's lamp, a steadfast beacon in the quiet. You take a deep breath, inhaling the scent of the wood smoke and the leather, grounding yourself in this moment of absolute safety. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do. The doors are locked, the curtains are drawn, and the walls are thick. You are in a fortress of solitude where your thoughts can finally slow down because they no longer need to scan for problems. Your eyes grow heavy as you stare into the mesmerizing dance of the flames, the orange and blue tongues of fire licking at the wood, engaging your gaze in a soft focus that requires no effort. The concept of time dissolves here. There is no ticking clock, only the intuitive measurement of the logs burning down. You feel the tension draining out of your neck and shoulders, specifically the muscles that hold your head up when you are alert. But now the high back of the chair takes that weight for you. You are fully supported, fully held. The rain intensifies slightly, a washing sound that cleanses the air and seals you even tighter into your refuge. This is the feeling of hygge, the Danish concept of coziness, but it is also a universal human need, the need to find a corner and rest. Your breathing deepens, expanding your ribs against the soft leather of the chair, and with every exhale you sink further down. The shadows in the room seem to step closer, like friends gathering around to watch over you. You understand now that your brain craves these boundaries. It craves the feeling of having a roof over your head and a wall at your back. In this state of profound security, your parasympathetic nervous system engages fully, telling your body it is time to digest, time to heal, and time to sleep. The candle flickers one last time and goes out, leaving only the ruddy glow of the fireplace to light the room. and this dimmer light is the final invitation. You are safe in the architecture of your own making, safe in the knowledge that you are protected from the elements and the chaos of the world. The study is a vault of calm, and you are the treasure hidden within it. Your eyelids flutter and close, unable to resist the weight of the relaxation that presses down on you. You are floating in the dark, warm and secure, held by the chair, held by the room, held by the night. The rain continues its lullaby, a white noise that smooths out the silence, and you drift deeper and deeper into the architectural embrace of sleep, knowing that here in this nook, nothing can touch you, and you are free to let go completely. You leave the warm enclosure of the Victorian study and let your mind drift further back in time, traveling across the landscape of history until you taste the salt in the air and hear the distant, deep rumble of the sea. You have arrived in a small coastal village from the 17th century, a place where life is dictated entirely by the mood of the ocean. It is night here, a night so clear that the Milky Way looks like a spill of diamond dust across the velvet sky, and the moon is a bright, luminous pearl hanging low over the water. You find yourself walking along a weathered wooden dock. The planks beneath your feet are smooth and gray, worn down by generations of fishermen who have walked this path before you. The air is cool and misty, filled with the healing scent of brine and iodine, a scent that clears your mind instantly, waking up your senses only to soothe them back down. You walk to the end of the pier, where a few coils of thick hemp rope sit, and you sit down, wrapping your heavy woolen cloak tighter around your shoulders against the fresh sea breeze. Before you lies the Atlantic, vast and breathing, a dark expanse of water that stretches out to the edge of the world. Listen to the sound. It is the oldest sound on Earth, the rhythmic inhaling and exhaling of the planet itself. A wave rises in the distance, gathering height and strength. It rolls forward with a hush, and then crashes gently against the sandy shore below. Swoom, and then silence as the water recedes, dragging the pebbles back with a soft rattling sound. This is not just water moving. This is the parasympathetic tide, a natural metronome for your own biology. Science tells us that the most powerful way to calm the human body is to access the vagus nerve, a long wandering nerve that travels from your brain down to your heart and your gut, acting as a brake pedal for your stress response. Tonight, the ocean is going to press that brake pedal for you. Watch the water. See the next wave building, and as it swells, let your breath swell with it, inhaling slowly through your nose, filling your lungs with the cool, salty air. Hold it for a moment as the wave crests, suspended in time, and then as the wave breaks and rolls back out to sea, let your breath go in a long, slow exhale through your mouth. This is the secret. The exhale must be longer than the inhale, just as the retreat of the tide seems to last forever. When you extend your exhale, you physically signal your heart to slow down. You tell your brain that you are safe, that there are no tigers to run from, only tides to watch. Try it again. Wait for the wave. Watch the moonlight catch the white foam as it rises. Inhale deep and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then watch the water flatten and slide back into the deep, exhaling. 5, 6, 7, 8. With every long breath out, your heart rate drops, synchronizing with the slow pulse of the ocean. You can feel the tension in your chest dissolving, carried away by the retreating water. The village behind you is asleep. The small thatched cottages are dark, their chimneys releasing thin wisps of smoke that vanish into the night. The people here sleep deeply, their circadian rhythms locked into the tides, and you are borrowing their peace. The sound of the waves is pink noise, a perfect blend of high and low frequencies that creates a blanket of sound, masking any sudden thoughts or worries. The repetition is hypnotic. There is no surprise here, only the certainty that another wave will come, and another, and another. It is the ultimate reliability. You feel the heavy wool of your cloak pressing against your skin, a comforting weight that keeps the chill at bay, making you feel warm and sheltered in the midst of this vastness. You look out at the horizon, where the dark water meets the dark sky. The line is blurred, softening your gaze. Your eyes are no longer darting around, they are resting on the infinite motion of the sea. The salt spray settles on your lips, a taste of the ancient world. You think about how many people have sat by the ocean for thousands of years, seeking this exact feeling, looking for answers, but finding instead a silence that makes the questions disappear. The vagus nerve is now fully activated. Your body has shifted into rest and digest mode, the parasympathetic state where healing begins. Your muscles are loose, your hands resting open on your lap, mimicking the openness of the sea. The rhythm becomes internal. You no longer have to think about breathing. Your body is simply echoing the ocean. The wave comes in, you receive. The wave goes out, you release. It is a cycle of giving and taking, a conversation between you and the earth. You feel a heavy drowsiness washing over you, pulling you down gently like an undertow, not scary, but inviting. The cold air on your face feels good, a sharp contrast to the warmth of your body, creating a cocoon of comfort. The sound of the water is a lullaby that never ends, a story without words that tells you everything is all right. You are small against the vastness of the ocean, and this smallness is a relief. It means your problems are small too, insignificant against the power of the tide. You watch a piece of driftwood bobbing in the water, surrendering completely to the movement of the sea. It does not fight the current, it just floats. You are that driftwood now. You are floating on the surface of sleep, buoyed by the salt water. The visual world begins to fade as your eyelids droop, the moonlight becoming a soft blur of silver. The sound of the waves seems to be coming from inside your own head now, a gentle roaring silence that sweeps away the debris of the day. You are safe on this wooden dock, anchored in history, protected by the simplicity of a time before machines, before electricity, when there was only the moon and the sea. The rhythm slows down even more, the waves spacing out, giving you more time to sink into the silence between them. That silence is where sleep lives. You wait for it, you welcome it. Your breathing is slow, rhythmic, deep and quiet. The vagus nerve has done its work. Your heart is beating with a slow, steady thrum, a drumbeat of total relaxation. You are one with the tide, rising and falling, drifting and dreaming. The ocean takes your worries and pulls them out to the horizon, leaving you empty and clean. You are ready to let go, ready to dissolve into the darkness that waits for you like a warm sea. The final wave you see is a gentle ripple, smoothing out the sand, smoothing out your mind, and as it recedes, you drift with it, out into the deep, calm, endless ocean of sleep.
Leaving the rhythmic shores of the coast, you find yourself traveling inland now, moving deep into the heart of the American frontier, where the world is painted in shades of winter white and twilight blue. The air is crisp and carries the sharp, clean scent of pine needles and snow. You are approaching a solitary log cabin nestled at the edge of a vast, silent forest. Smoke curls lazily from the stone chimney, a signal of warmth and life amidst the deep freeze of winter. You walk up the path where the snow crunches softly under your boots, a sound that is muffled immediately by the heavy stillness of the woods. You reach the heavy wooden door and lift the latch, stepping inside into a room that glows with the orange light of a roaring hearth. This is a pioneer cabin, a place of rugged survival, but also of profound comfort. The walls are made of thick hewn logs, chinked with moss and clay, sealing out the biting wind. In the corner of the room stands a sturdy wooden bed frame, high off the floor to escape the drafts, and on this bed lies the secret to tonight's sleep, a towering stack of hand-woven quilts. You approach the bed and run your hand over the top layer, feeling the coarseness of the wool and the intricate stitching of the patchwork. These are not the light, airy duvets of the modern world. These are heavy, dense coverings made from old coats and flannel and raw wool batting. You prepare for bed, shedding the heavy layers of your outdoor clothes and climbing up into the soft embrace of the feather mattress which sinks beneath you, welcoming your tired body. Now you reach down and pull the covers up, one by one, layer by layer, and as you do, you feel the immense physical weight of them settling over you. First, a cotton sheet, then a woolen blanket, then the heavy patchwork quilts, until you are buried under pounds of warm fabric. This sensation is the essence of deep pressure stimulation, a powerful psychological principle that mimics the feeling of being held or swaddled. As the weight settles across your legs, your hips, your chest, and your shoulders, your brain receives a specific signal from your tactile sensory system, a signal that says you are contained, you are grounded, and you are safe. It is a biological hack that instantly lowers your cortisol levels, the stress hormone that keeps you alert, and simultaneously boosts the production of serotonin, the neurotransmitter of relaxation and happiness. You lie there, pinned pleasantly to the mattress by the sheer mass of the bedding, feeling a sense of surrender that is impossible to resist. The heavy quilts act as a physical anchor, preventing you from tossing and turning, quieting the restless movements of your limbs. You feel the weight pressing down on your chest, not enough to restrict your breath, but just enough to make you conscious of it, forcing your breathing to become slower and more deliberate. In this cabin, under these covers, you are replicating the feeling of being an infant swaddled in tight cloth, a primal memory of safety that resides deep in your subconscious. The fire in the hearth crackles and pops, casting dancing shadows on the log walls, but you feel removed from the room, tucked away inside your heavy cocoon. The cold air of the room touches the tip of your nose and your cheeks, a sharp contrast that makes the warmth under the covers feel even more luxurious. This is the thermal delight of the pioneer winter, the joy of being warm in a cold place. You can feel your muscles melting under the pressure, the tension in your lower back releasing as the weight of the wool forces you to fully relax into the mattress. The serotonin flooding your brain is slowly converting into melatonin, the chemical of sleep, guiding you toward the edge of consciousness. You think about the women who stitched these quilts by candlelight,
the hours of labor that went into creating this warmth, and you feel a connection to the history of rest, to the millions of people who have found comfort under heavy layers through the centuries. The wind howls softly outside the cabin, a lonely sound that emphasizes your isolation and your safety. You are a small, warm island in a sea of snow. The pressure of the blankets feels like a continuous hug, a steady reassurance that does not waver. It tells your nervous system that there is no need to fight, no need to flee. There is only this moment of stillness.
You try to lift your arm and find it requires effort, an effort you do not wish to make, so you let it drop back down, heavy and limp. The weight is grounding you to the earth, stopping your mind from floating away into worry, keeping you present in the physical sensation of comfort. The silence of the snowfall outside seems to seep through the logs, quieting the room, quieting your thoughts. You are encased in safety, buried in warmth, held down by the gentle gravity of the quilts. The fire is dying down now to glowing red coals, dimming the light in the room to a soft, restful gloom. But you are warm, so incredibly warm. The weighted blanket effect is fully active now. Your heart rate has slowed to a crawl, your blood pressure has dipped, and your body temperature is perfectly regulated by the insulating layers. You feel a deep heaviness in your eyelids, a reflection of the heaviness on your body, and you allow them to close. In the darkness behind your eyes, you can still feel the comforting pressure, a constant reminder that you are protected. You are sinking deeper into the feather bed, the boundaries between you and the mattress blurring as the weight presses you down into the world of dreams. There is nothing to do but yield to the gravity, to yield to the warmth, to yield to the history of this place. The pioneer cabin fades from your mind, leaving only the sensation of the heavy wool and the deep, abiding peace of total physical relaxation. You are safe, you are warm, you are held, and under this weight you drift down, down, down into the deepest, heaviest, most restorative sleep of your life. You step away from the heavy warmth of the cabin and the comfort of the quilts, moving in your spirit toward a place that existed long before walls were ever built. You are entering the cathedral of the ancient forest, a vast and endless woodland that has stood untouched for millennia. The air here is cool and rich with oxygen, smelling of wet earth, crushed pine needles, and the deep musk of damp moss. It is the scent of life itself, thick and rejuvenating. As you walk deeper into the trees, the light filters down through the canopy in soft gray beams, for the sky above is heavy with rain clouds, and the world is painted in a spectrum of deep greens and shadowed browns. You feel the soft, spongy give of the forest floor beneath your feet, a carpet of decaying leaves and ancient roots that silence your footsteps completely, making you a ghost in this landscape, an observer of the stillness. And then it begins, the sound that you have come here to find. The first drop of rain falls on a broad fern leaf near your hand, a sharp and delicate tap, followed by another and another, until the air is filled with the gentle, rushing sound of a steady rainfall. This is not the chaotic noise of a city storm. This is the pink noise of nature, a specific acoustic profile that your brain craves more than any other sound. Science tells us that while white noise is static and flat, pink noise creates a balance where every octave carries the same energy, meaning the lower frequencies are louder and more powerful, creating a deep, rumbling bass that supports the lighter, higher sounds. Listen closely to the layers of this soundscape. There is the high-pitched hiss of the rain hitting the millions of leaves in the canopy high above, a sound like a collective whisper of the trees. Beneath that, there is the mid-range patter of water dripping from branch to branch, a rhythmic and chaotic dance of droplets. And underneath it all, grounding the sound, is the low-frequency thrum of the wind moving through the heavy trunks and the sound of the water soaking into the earth. This combination is mathematically perfect for the human brain. It is a fractal sound, meaning it follows the same patterns as your heart rate and your brain waves when you are in a state of deep rest. As you walk through this rain-soaked sanctuary, you are enveloped in this sonic blanket, and you feel the immediate effect on your nervous system. The pink noise acts as a filter, a mask that smooths out the sharp edges of the world. In a silent room, a sudden creak or a distant car horn can startle you awake because your brain is scanning for danger. But here, amidst the rain, the background is filled with a constant, non-threatening texture of sound. Your brain realizes it does not need to be vigilant.
It does not need to strain to hear a predator because the rain covers everything in a layer of privacy. You find shelter under the overhang of a massive rocky cliff face, a dry and dusty hollow where you can sit and watch the storm without getting wet. You settle down onto the dry earth, leaning your back against the cool stone, looking out at the curtain of water falling just a few feet away. The rain blurs the forest into an impressionist painting of vertical lines and mist, removing the need for your eyes to focus on details. The psychology of this moment is profound. The pink noise entrains your brain waves, encouraging them to slow down from the fast beta waves of thinking and worrying into the slower alpha and theta waves of relaxation and drowsy meditation. It is as if the rain is washing the thoughts right out of your head, replacing the internal chatter with the external rhythm of the water. You watch a single droplet travel down a pine needle, hanging for a moment at the tip, glistening like a diamond before falling to join the damp earth. And in that drop, you see the cycle of everything, the rising and the falling, the tension and the release. The sound is consistent, yet never boring, a mesmerizing, chaotic regularity that holds your attention just enough to keep you from thinking about tomorrow, but not enough to keep you awake. You feel a heaviness in your limbs, a delightful lethargy that spreads from your core to your fingers and toes. The forest is breathing around you, inhaling the moisture, exhaling the fresh oxygen, and you synchronize your breath with this ancient cycle. The pink noise seems to massage your mind, smoothing out the wrinkles of stress, filling in the gaps of silence where anxiety likes to hide. You are safe here, protected by the trees which stand like silent sentinels, protected by the stone at your back, and hidden by the curtain of rain. This is the sound that lullabied your ancestors to sleep for hundreds of thousands of years, long before fans or sound machines were invented. This was the original sleep aid. You close your eyes and let your hearing become your dominant sense, constructing the world around you solely through the sound of the water. You can hear the difference between the rain hitting a rock and the rain hitting a puddle, a symphony of textures that is infinitely complex and yet perfectly simple. The deep, booming sound of distant thunder rolls through the valley, not frightening, but comforting, like the purr of a giant cat, adding a layer of bass to the pink noise that vibrates gently in your chest. You are returning to the wild,
returning to the time when you were just another animal in the forest, resting when the weather told you to rest. The rain creates a boundary around you, a wall of sound that says nothing can happen now. The world is paused. The work is done. You feel a profound sense of permission to let go, granted by the weather itself. Your heart rate slows further, matching the tempo of the falling water. The stochastic resonance of the rain helps to boost the signal of slow wave sleep in your brain, pushing you toward the restorative stages where your body repairs itself. You are drifting now, the sound of the forest becoming a soft hum, a vibration that carries you away. The damp, cool air feels heavy on your skin, grounding you, while your mind floats free on the waves of sound. You are no longer separate from the forest. You are part of the ecosystem of sleep, a quiet observer in the cathedral of rain. The distinction between inside and outside fades, and there is only the peace of the storm. The pink noise is a river, and you are a leaf floating on it, carried gently downstream toward the ocean of dreams. You surrender to the gray light, to the smell of the wet pine, to the relentless, beautiful, hypnotic drumming of the rain. It is the most natural sound in the universe, and it is singing you to sleep. You feel yourself slipping off the edge of wakefulness, falling softly into the velvet darkness, guided by the millions of tiny droplets that create the perfect silence of the mind. You are deep in the ancient forest, deep in the comfort of the past, and deep in the perfect, healing rhythm of the rain. Leaving the rain-swept forest behind, you travel now to a place of quiet intellect and orderly peace, stepping into the private study of an old scholar in a bustling 19th century city where the cobblestones outside are silent and the gas lamps cast long, flickering shadows against the brickwork. It is late, very late, the time of night when the world seems to hold its breath, and you find yourself standing in a room lined with dark wood paneling and filled with the scent of old parchment, iron gall ink, and the faint, lingering aroma of pipe tobacco. At the center of the room sits a massive oak desk, scarred by years of work and piled high with leather-bound books, loose papers, and maps of distant lands. And seated there is the scholar, a man who has spent his entire day wrestling with ideas and numbers and correspondence. You are here to witness a ritual that is essential for the human mind, the ritual of closing the mental loops. This is the domain of the Zeigarnik effect, a psychological principle named after Zeigarnik, who discovered that the human brain has a sticky memory for incomplete tasks, holding on to them like a waiter remembering an unpaid bill, causing a low-level anxiety that keeps us awake. We lie in bed and our minds spin with the things we didn't do, the emails we didn't send, the conversations we didn't finish, because the brain hates an open loop. But watch the scholar now. He knows the secret to quieting this internal noise. He does not simply walk away from his work. He performs the ceremony of closure. He takes his heavy fountain pen, the nib scratching softly against the rough paper, and he pulls a fresh sheet of paper toward him. This is not a list of burdens. It is a vessel for his worries. He begins to write down everything that is unfinished, every task that must be handled tomorrow, transferring the weight of remembering from his neurons to the paper. Watch the ink flow, dark and permanent, capturing the thoughts that would otherwise swim in circles around his head all night. With every item he lists, he is telling his brain that the task has been captured, that it is safe to let go because it will not be forgotten. The psychology here is profound. By writing down the plan for tomorrow, he is cognitively tricking his brain into feeling that the work is done for today, clearing the working memory, which is like the RAM of a computer, and allowing the system to power down. You can feel the tension in the room dissipating with every scratch of the pen, the air becoming lighter and easier to breathe. He wipes the nib of the pen with a small cloth, a slow and deliberate action that signifies the end of effort, and places the pen back into its brass holder with a soft click.
Now he reaches for the large, heavy ledger that sits in the center of the desk, the book that holds the records of the day, and he prepares to close it. This is the physical manifestation of the mental release you need, the moment of shutting the door on the day's demands. He places both hands on the cover, the leather cool and smooth under his palms, and slowly, heavily, he closes the book. Thud. The sound is final and satisfying, a dull, heavy resonance that says it is finished. There is no more input allowed tonight. The ledger is closed, the accounts are settled. Not because everything is perfect, but because the time for doing is over. He stands up from his creaking wooden chair, stretching his back, feeling the release of the muscles that have been hunched over the desk for hours. He gathers the loose papers and stacks them neatly, creating order out of chaos, smoothing the edges until the pile is perfectly square. Now comes the most important part of the ritual, the locking of the desk. He takes a small brass key from his waistcoat pocket, the metal warm from his body heat, and inserts it into the keyhole of the center drawer. You hear the mechanism engage, the tumble of the tumblers, and then the sharp, decisive click of the lock turning. That sound is a command to your subconscious, a physical signal that the worries of the day are now locked away in a box where they cannot touch you. You are safe from your own ambition, safe from your own to-do list. The scholar looks at the locked desk with a sense of deep satisfaction, knowing that his work will be there tomorrow, exactly where he left it, waiting for him, so he does not need to carry it with him into the bedroom. He walks around the room, extinguishing the lamps one by one, and with every flame he blows out, a part of his mind goes quiet. The shadows in the room grow longer and softer, wrapping the furniture in a blanket of darkness. He is practicing the art of cognitive offloading, freeing up the mental space required for deep, restorative sleep. You feel a sense of lightness spreading through your own mind as you watch him, realizing that you too can close your ledger. You can visualize your own worries, your own list of tasks, and imagine yourself writing them down on a piece of parchment, folding it up, and locking it inside a heavy oak drawer. You hear the click of the key in your own mind, sealing the day away. The scholar walks to the door of the study, his footsteps slow and heavy, and he pauses for a moment to look back at the dark room. It is a space of rest now, not work. He steps out into the hallway and closes the door behind him, and this second door is another barrier between him and the stress of the world. He is moving now toward the sanctuary of sleep, unburdened, his mind clear and empty. The Zeigarnik effect has been neutralized, the loops are closed, the waiter has been paid. You follow him in spirit, feeling the freedom of a mind that has nothing left to track. The silence in the hallway is absolute, a thick velvet silence that cushions your thoughts. You realize that sleep is not just the absence of waking, it is the presence of peace. And peace comes when we decide that we have done enough. You have done enough today.
Whatever was left undone is written in the book, and the book is locked. You can feel the relief washing over you, a physical wave of relaxation that starts at the top of your head and flows down to your feet. There is no need to rehearse tomorrow's conversations, no need to solve tomorrow's problems, because they are safely stored away. You are walking into the night with empty hands and an empty mind, ready to receive the gift of sleep. The scholar reaches his bedroom, a cool and airy space where the moonlight spills across the floor, and he begins to undress, shedding the clothes of the day just as he shed the worries of the day. You feel the cool air on your skin, a refreshing change from the stuffy study. The bed looks inviting, a cloud of white linen waiting to catch you. You understand now that the transition to sleep requires a bridge, and that bridge is the conscious decision to stop. You must declare the day over. You must close the book. As the scholar lies down and pulls the covers up, his brain is quiet. There are no spinning thoughts, no nagging reminders, only the soft rhythm of his breath and the knowledge that everything is under control. You drift into this same state of assurance, feeling the mental silence expand within you. The open loops have been tied shut, the questions have been shelved, and the ledger is closed. You are free to float in the void of sleep, unattached to the world of doing, fully immersed in the world of being. The darkness is a comfort, a blank page where nothing needs to be written. You are safe, you are clear, you are done. The key is in your pocket, the door is locked, and the night belongs entirely to you. You feel yourself sinking into the mattress, light as a feather, free from the gravity of responsibility. The day is history, and tonight is a clean, dark, endless expanse of rest. You let go of the last thought, the last worry, watching it dissolve like ink in water. The scholar sleeps, and so do you, deep in the peace of a closed ledger, deep in the quiet of a finished day, drifting down into the silence that waits for you when the work is finally, truly done. Leaving the quiet study of the scholar behind you, you drift further back through the mists of history, crossing the boundaries of centuries, until you find yourself walking down a stone path in the heart of ancient Rome. The air is thick and humid, carrying the scent of rosemary and heated stone. It is the magic hour of twilight, the time the Romans called crepusculum, when the sky is a bruised purple, fading into deep indigo, and the first stars are beginning to tremble above the city. You are standing before the entrance of a magnificent bathhouse, a temple of water and stone dedicated to the art of relaxation. The massive marble columns glow softly in the fading light, radiating the heat they have absorbed throughout the long sunny day. You step inside, leaving the noise of the city streets behind, and enter a vast, cavernous space where the sound of dripping water echoes against high-vaulted ceilings, creating a natural cathedral of calm. You are here to experience the warm bath effect, a biological trigger that has lulled humans to sleep since the dawn of civilization. You walk through the changing rooms, shedding your sandals and your robes, leaving the weight of your identity and your responsibilities in a pile on the bench. Here you are just a body seeking rest. You enter the caldarium, the hot room, where the floor is warm beneath your feet, heated by the hypocaust fires burning deep underground, a gentle, radiant heat that travels up through the soles of your feet and warms your entire skeleton.
The room is filled with a thick white mist, steam rising from the central pool, swirling in the air like slow-moving ghosts, softening the edges of the architecture so that the marble walls seem to dissolve into the clouds. You approach the edge of the pool. The water is a deep turquoise blue, still and inviting, reflecting the flickering light of the oil lamps that sit in niches along the walls. You sit on the edge and dip your toes in. The heat is intense, but not burning. It is a shocking, delightful warmth that sends a shiver of pleasure up your spine. Slowly, inch by inch, you lower yourself into the water, feeling the liquid heat climbing up your legs, over your hips, encompassing your waist, and finally you slide all the way in until the water reaches your chin. You let out a long, deep sigh, the sound echoing softly in the steam as the buoyancy of the water takes the weight of gravity away from your muscles. You are floating, suspended in warmth, held by the water. This is where the science begins, for as you soak in this hot bath, your body initiates a process called vasodilation. Your blood vessels are opening wide, expanding like blossoming flowers, bringing your blood from your core out to the surface of your skin to be cooled. It feels like a blossoming of heat from within, a flushing of the skin that turns you pink and soft, unwinding the tightness in your shoulders and the knots in your lower back. The heat quiets your internal organs, slowing down digestion, slowing down your thoughts, focusing all your energy on simply being warm.
You lean your head back against the smooth, polished edge of the pool, looking up at the oculus, the circular opening in the ceiling. Through this window to the heavens, you can see the sky turning from blue to black, a slow and peaceful transition that matches the transition happening inside your mind. The sounds of the bathhouse are muted and rhythmic, the splash of water from a fountain, the low murmur of other bathers, the hiss of steam. It is a symphony of moisture that hydrates your very soul. You stay here for a long time, letting the heat penetrate deep into your tissues, melting away the stress of the modern world, returning you to a primal state of comfort. But the true magic of the warm bath effect happens not when you are in the water, but when you decide to leave it. You slowly stand up, water cascading off your skin, heavy and relaxed, and you step out of the pool onto the cool mosaic tiles. This moment is the pivot point of sleep. As the cool air of the evening hits your heated skin, and as the water evaporates from your body, you experience a rapid and dramatic drop in your core body temperature. This is the signal your brain has been waiting for, because in the natural world, a drop in body temperature always accompanies the setting of the sun. Your biology interprets this rapid cooling as a command to hibernate, to seek shelter, to sleep. It is an irresistible chemical message sent directly to the hypothalamus, triggering a massive release of melatonin. You wrap yourself in a large, thick linen towel, the fabric rough and dry against your damp skin, and you feel a sudden wave of heaviness crash over you. It is a pleasant exhaustion, a feeling that your bones have turned to lead, that your eyelids are too heavy to keep open. You walk slowly toward the tepidarium, the warm room, where lounge chairs carved from wood and softened with cushions are waiting for you. The contrast between the intense heat of the bath and the cooling air creates a thermoregulatory lullaby. Your body is working to equalize its temperature, and that work requires you to be still. You find a quiet corner and lie down on a chaise, pulling the linen tight around you like a cocoon. The air in the room is still warm but cooler than the bath, and you can feel the heat radiating off your body, escaping into the twilight. You are cooling down, and as you cool, you sink.
This is the physiology of twilight.
the internal sunset of the body. You close your eyes and you can still feel the phantom sensation of the water around you, a swaying, floating feeling that rocks you gently. The oil lamps are burning low, casting long, tranquil shadows across the floor, and the smell of the steam is fading, replaced by the scent of clean linen and rest. Your heart rate has slowed significantly, responding to the drop in temperature, beating with a slow, heavy rhythm that echoes the slow drip of water in the distance. You feel a profound sense of cleanliness, not just of the body, but of the mind. The heat seems to have purged your thoughts, leaving your headspace empty and clear. The warm bath effect has tricked your circadian rhythm into thinking it is deep night, even though the evening is just beginning. You are ahead of the game, already descending into the valley of sleep while the world outside is still awake. The Roman bathhouse is a machine for sleep, designed by architects who understood the connection between heat and rest. You are just another citizen of history, finding peace in the water. Your breathing is slow and shallow, barely moving the linen across your chest. The sensation of the stone floor beneath the chaise feels solid and grounding, connecting you to the earth. You are safe here, guarded by the thick walls, hidden in the mist. The drop in your temperature continues, guiding you deeper into drowsiness, like a leaf falling slowly through cool air. You feel a tingling in your fingers and toes as the blood flow normalizes, a sensation of pins and needles that is strangely comforting, a sign that your body is shutting down the systems it doesn't need. The darkness behind your eyelids is deep and velvety, filled with the memory of the blue water. You are drifting, floating, sinking. The transition is complete. The heat has done its work, and now the cool embrace of the night is taking over. You are ready to sleep, not because you are forcing it, but because your body has no other choice. It is the natural biological reaction to the bath. You surrender to the cooling, surrender to the heavy linen, surrender to the history that holds you. The bathhouse falls silent, the water settles into glass, and you settle into dreams. You are clean, you are cool, you are heavy, and you are asleep. The warmth of the water is a memory now, a blanket of heat that you carry with you into the dream world, protecting you from the cold, protecting you from the noise, keeping you safe in the sanctuary of the warm bath effect, drifting down, down, down into the healing waters of the deepest sleep.
Leaving the cooling waters of the ancient bathhouse, you allow your spirit to drift once again, moving through the mist of time to a place that feels far more personal and intimate. You are traveling to the landscape of your own history, to the hallway of a house that exists perfectly preserved within your memory. It is a house from your childhood, or perhaps a grandparent's house, or simply a place where you once felt completely and utterly loved. You find yourself standing at the bottom of a staircase. The wood of the banister is smooth and warm under your hand, polished by years of touch, and the air here smells of vanilla, old paper, and the faint, sweet scent of dust dancing in a sunbeam. This is the mental home, a sanctuary built from your happiest moments, and you are here to experience the psychology of nostalgia, which is not just a feeling of missing the past, but a powerful biological tool for soothing the nervous system. As you begin to climb the stairs, listen to the familiar creak of the third step, a sound that does not alarm you but welcomes you, confirming that you are back in a place where you belong. You reach the landing and look down the long hallway. The floorboards are covered in a runner rug with a pattern you traced with your eyes 1,000 times as a child. The walls are hung with photographs in oval frames, faces of ancestors and moments of joy frozen in sepia and black and white. You start to walk down this hallway, moving slowly, feeling the atmosphere of the house wrap around you like a soft blanket. Science tells us that nostalgia is a self-soothing mechanism, a way for the brain to access a reserve of safety and connection during times of stress. When you engage in this kind of positive reminiscence, you are literally warming your body. Studies have shown that when people feel nostalgic, their physical body temperature rises. They feel warmer, cozier, and more protected against the cold of the world. You feel this warmth now, blooming in your chest, a golden heat that radiates outward to your fingertips as you pass a small side table holding a vase of dried flowers. You are entering the psychological immune system, where the memories of being cared for in the past are reactivated to care for you in the present.
You reach out and touch the wallpaper, feeling the texture of it. Maybe it is a raised floral pattern or a smooth stripe, and this tactile sensation anchors you in the safety of the memory. The silence in this hallway is not empty, it is full of presence, the presence of people who loved you, the presence of your younger self who had no bills to pay, no deadlines to meet, only the serious business of play and sleep. You stop in front of a white wooden door, the paint slightly chipped near the handle, and you know this room. It is your old bedroom or the guest room where you used to stay. You turn the crystal doorknob and push the door open, stepping into a space that is flooded with the golden light of a permanent late afternoon. The room is exactly as you remember it. The bed is made with tight corners, the pillows are fluffy and white, and your favorite toys or books are sitting on the shelf, waiting for you. This is the architecture of your innocence. You walk over to the window and look out, seeing the backyard of your memory. Perhaps there is a swing set, or a large oak tree, or a garden in full bloom, and the sight of it fills you with a profound sense of continuity. You realize that you are still that person, that the safety you felt then is still accessible to you now. Nostalgia acts as a buffer against loneliness, reminding you that you are part of a story, part of a family, part of a timeline that stretches before and after you. You turn back to the bed, which looks smaller than you remember, but infinitely more inviting. You sit on the edge, the mattress springing back with a familiar squeak, and you begin to take off your shoes, letting them drop to the floor with a soft thud. You lie down on top of the bedspread, which is cool and smooth. Maybe it is a chenille spread with little tufts of soft cotton, and you curl up on your side, pulling your knees toward your chest. This is the fetal position, the universal posture of safety. And in this room, it feels perfectly natural. The air is still and quiet. The only sound is the rhythmic ticking of a wind-up clock on the bedside table, a steady heartbeat of the room that says, time is passing, but there is no rush. You close your eyes and let the images of the past wash over you, not with sadness, but with gratitude. You remember the feeling of being tucked in, the feeling of a heavy hand smoothing your hair, the sound of adult voices murmuring downstairs, a low hum of security that meant someone else was in charge and you were free to sleep. Your brain is releasing oxytocin now, the bonding hormone, triggered by these memories of connection. You feel a deep, heavy relaxation spreading through your muscles, fueled by the warmth of the nostalgia.
It is as if the house itself is holding you. The walls are thick with love. The ceiling is a shield against the sky. You are returning to the baseline of your life, the place where you were just you, before the world added its layers of expectation. The nostalgia cure is washing away the complexity of the adult world, leaving only the simplicity of the child. You feel a gentle breeze coming through the open window, carrying the scent of cut grass and evening dew, a scent that bypasses your logic and goes straight to the emotional center of your brain, telling you that the day is done and it is time to come inside. You are inside now, inside the memory, inside the warmth. The shadows in the room lengthen as the imaginary sun begins to set, casting long, comforting shapes across the floor. You feel a heaviness in your eyes, a sweetness in your limbs. You are safe in the timeline of your own life. The worries of today cannot find you here because this place exists in the past, sealed off and protected by the golden light of memory. You let your breathing sink with the ticking clock, slow and steady, tick-tock, tick-tock. You are drifting deeper into the mattress, feeling the support of the past beneath you. The psychological warmth is real. You feel toasty and comfortable, as if you were wrapped in a heated blanket of your own history. The faces of the people you love drift through your mind, smiling, watching over you, standing guard at the door of your dreams. You understand that you can return here whenever you wish, that this hallway is always waiting for you, just behind your eyelids. The feeling of loneliness evaporates, replaced by the fullness of memory. You are loved, you have always been loved, and you are safe. The room grows darker, a cozy twilight darkness that feels like a hug. You are ready to sleep now, protected by the ghosts of your own happiness. You let go of the handle of the present moment and fall backward into the soft, welcoming arms of the past. The house is quiet, the world is far away, and you are home. You drift down, 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 through the layers of years, through the layers of warmth, settling into the deepest, most familiar, most nostalgic sleep of your life. Leaving the warm hallway of your memories, you allow the scene to shift once more, rising higher and higher until you find yourself in a secluded stone lodge perched high in the snow-covered mountains, a place of solitude and elemental beauty where the air is thin and pure. You are sitting in a grand room with high timber beams overhead, seated in a deep leather chair directly in front of a massive stone hearth where a fire is blazing with a mesmerizing intensity. The room is otherwise dark, illuminated only by the golden light of the flames and the faint blue glow of the moonlight reflecting off the snow outside the tall, iron-framed windows. You are here to explore the fractal patterns of peace, to uncover the secret geometry of nature that your brain finds more soothing than any other visual stimulus. Look closely at the fire before you. Do not just watch it burn, really look at the shape of the flames. Notice how the fire does not move in random chaos, but in a specific type of organized complexity. A large tongue of flame rises and splits into smaller tongues, and those smaller tongues split into even smaller sparks, repeating the same branching pattern over and over again. This is a fractal, a self-similar pattern that repeats at different scales, and it is the visual language of the natural world. Science has discovered a profound truth about these patterns, which is that your human brain evolved in a world filled with them, from the branching of trees to the jagged line of a mountain range to the clouds in the sky, And because of this evolution, your visual cortex processes fractals with a near zero effort. It is called fractal fluency, and when you gaze at a fire like this, or a waterfall, or the leaves of a fern, your brain recognizes the pattern instantly and heaves a sigh of relief. Studies have shown that simply looking at these fractal patterns can reduce your physiological stress levels by up to 60% in a matter of seconds. It is a visual medicine, a way of calming the storm in your mind simply by feeding your eyes the right kind of food. You feel this happening now as you stare into the hearth. Your eyes lock onto the dance of the flames, and you feel a trance-like state descending upon you. You are not thinking about the fire. You are experiencing the flow of it, the way it curls and snaps and reaches, always changing, but always remaining the same. The alpha waves in your brain begin to rise. These are the brain waves associated with relaxed wakefulness and the first stages of sleep. The fire is hypnotic because it is mathematically perfect. It satisfies your brain's need for order while providing enough variety to keep you engaged in a soft, passive way. You feel the heat on your shins and your face, a physical anchor to the moment, while your mind floats on the movement of the light. Now turn your head slowly toward the large window on your left, where the night presses against the glass. It is snowing outside, a heavy, silent snowfall that blankets the world in white. You can see the individual flakes landing on the cold glass, clinging there for a moment before they melt. Imagine you have a magnifying glass or the eyes of a hawk, and you can zoom in on a single snowflake. See the six-sided crystal, the delicate arms radiating from the center, and on each arm, smaller arms branching off, and on those, even smaller branches. It is the same principle as the fire, the same fractal geometry frozen in ice. It is a masterpiece of design, created by the physics of water and air, infinite in its detail. As you watch the snow fall, millions of these tiny masterpieces tumbling from the sky, you feel a sense of awe at the complexity of the universe. And yet, it is a simple complexity. It does not demand that you solve it. It only asks that you witness it. The chaos of your daily life, the traffic, the screens, the straight lines and sharp corners of modern architecture, all of these are hard for your brain to process. They require energy. But the fractal is the resting state of the eye. You feel your eyelids growing heavier, drawn down by the soothing repetition of the snow and the fire. The stress of the day is dissolving, reducing by 10%, 20%, 40%, 60%, until there is nothing left but a quiet hum of existence. You are part of this pattern too, for the lungs inside your chest branch like the trees, the veins in your arms branch like the rivers, and the neurons in your brain branch like the lightning. You are not separate from the fractals. You are made of them. This realization brings a deep sense of belonging, a feeling that you fit perfectly into this room, into this chair, into this night. The fire pops softly, sending a shower of sparks up the chimney, glowing red stars that fade into the soot, and you watch them go, letting your thoughts go with them. The movement of the flames slows down in your perception, becoming a slow-motion dance of light and shadow. You feel the leather of the chair beneath you, cool and smooth, supporting your weight so you don't have to.
You are mesmerized by infinite depth of the patterns, getting lost in the layers of the fire, getting lost in the layers of the storm. It is a visual lullaby, singing your optic nerve to sleep. The room feels incredibly safe,
a fortress of stone and timber standing against the elements, and you are the king of this castle, sitting on your throne of calm. The visual cortex, usually so busy processing text and faces and danger, is finally allowed to coast, to glide along the smooth curves of nature's design. You feel a pleasant numbness in your fingers and toes, the sensation of your body falling asleep while your mind watches the show. The patterns seem to be entering your mind, organizing your thoughts, smoothing out the tangled knots of anxiety into beautiful flowing lines. The fire is a living thing, a companion in the night, breathing and dancing for you. The snow is a blanket, hushing the world, covering the sharp edges of the landscape with soft, rolling mounds of white. Everything is soft, everything is flowing, everything is right. You surrender to the geometry of peace. You allow the fractals to guide you, spiral by spiral, branch by branch, down into the most beautiful, structured, and peaceful sleep you have ever known. Your eyes can no longer stay open. The lids flutter and close, but even in the darkness you can see the afterimage of the flames, a warm, glowing pattern that pulses gently. You are drifting on a sea of shapes, floating on the mathematical perfection of the universe. The stress is gone, replaced by a profound, heavy, ancient relaxation. The lodge is silent, save for the wind and the fire, the perfect soundtrack for your rest. You are sinking deeper, the chair holding you, the room holding you, the patterns holding you. You are one with the fire, one with the snow, one with the night. There is no beginning and no end to the pattern, just as there is no beginning and no end to your dreams. You float, weightless and free, carried by the current of the fractals, down, 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 into the most beautiful, structured, and peaceful sleep you have ever known. Leaving the fractal perfection of the fire and the snow, you travel now across the map of the world and back through the corridors of time, arriving in the warm and fragrant air of ancient Greece, specifically to a valley nestled between rolling hills where the temple of Asclepius stands. This is not just a temple, it is the first hospital in history, a sanctuary dedicated entirely to the healing power of rest, known as an Asclepion. The air here is soft and balmy, smelling of crushed sage, sun-baked earth, and the sweet, heavy scent of jasmine blooming in the night. You are walking across a courtyard paved with smooth white marble that glows under the light of a full moon, moving toward a structure known as the Abaton, the holy dormitory where pilgrims came to receive the incubation, the sacred sleep. You are here to learn the most powerful secret of the mind, which is the power of suggestion, the psychological reality that your brain creates the outcome it expects. This is the placebo effect of sleep, the truth that if you truly believe you will sleep, you will. You enter the Abaton, a long open-air colonnade where rows of simple wooden couches lined with animal skins and linen are arranged, and you find your place, a designated spot that has been prepared just for you. You lie down, feeling the support of the wood and the softness of the linen, and you look up at the ceiling, which is painted with stars to mirror the night sky above. In this place, there is no anxiety about insomnia, because everyone who enters here believes in the power of the temple. They believe that sleep is inevitable, a gift from the gods that cannot be refused. As you settle in, a healer, a priest of the temple, dressed in flowing white robes, approaches you silently, his feet making no sound on the stone floor. He does not bring you medicine, he brings you a story. He brings you a certainty. He leans down close to your ear and begins to whisper. His voice is low, melodic, and filled with an absolute, unshakable confidence. He tells you that you are tired. He tells you that your eyelids are heavy. He tells you that the moment he touches your forehead, you will fall into a deep and restorative slumber. This is the architecture of the placebo. Your brain hears the authority in his voice. It feels the ritual of the moment, and it stops fighting. The part of your mind that worries, "What if I can't sleep?" is silenced by the stronger belief that I am in the sleep temple, therefore I must sleep. You feel his cool hand rest gently on your brow, a touch that feels like a seal of approval, a permission slip to let go of consciousness. The science behind this is profound. Your brain is a prediction machine, constantly scanning the environment to guess what happens next. And when you feed it the strong suggestion of sleep, it begins to release the neurochemicals to match that expectation. You're not just hoping to sleep, you are expecting it, and that difference changes everything. The healer moves away, fading into the shadows, leaving you with the echo of his whisper. You are safe, you are heavy, you are asleep. You feel the truth of these words sinking into your muscles, turning your limbs to stone, heavy and relaxed. The atmosphere of the temple is thick with the collective belief of thousands of people who have slept here before you, a psychic weight that presses you down into the mattress. You listen to the sounds of the night, the chirping of the crickets, the rustle of the cypress trees and the gentle wind, and you interpret them all as lullabies. The placebo effect is not a trick, it is a biological switch. By believing in the cure, you activate the body's own pharmacy. You feel a wave of relief washing over you, the relief of surrendering control. You do not have to try to sleep. You do not have to count sheep or watch your breath. You only have to believe in the process. The prophecy has been spoken. You will sleep, and so you shall. The tension in your jaw releases. Your tongue falls away from the roof of your mouth, and your eyes roll back slightly in their sockets. You are experiencing the expectancy effect, where the certainty of the future influences the reality of the present. The moonlight seems to dim, the world seems to soften, and the boundaries of your body begin to blur. You are floating on a raft of belief, carried by the current of suggestion. The ancient Greeks understood that the mind must be convinced before the body can rest, and tonight your mind is fully convinced. You feel a tingling sensation in your hands and feet, the sensation of the nervous system powering down, accepting the command to hibernate. The stone pillars around you stand like guardians, protecting your rest, holding up the roof so you don't have to hold up the sky. You are just a pilgrim in the night, following the path that has been laid out for you. The whisper of the healer replays in your mind, a mantra that loops and loops. You are sleeping, you are sleeping, you are sleeping. It becomes the only truth you know. The doubt is gone, the struggle is gone. You are experiencing the ultimate freedom of the placebo, the freedom from the effort of trying. Sleep is not something you do, it is something that happens to you. And here in the temple, it is happening now. The heavy scent of the jasmine fills your lungs, a natural sedative that deepens the trance. You feel a profound connection to the millions of humans who have sought sanctuary in belief, who have found peace simply by trusting that peace would come. The darkness behind your eyes is rich and velvety, a curtain that has been drawn by the hand of the healer. You are sinking deeper into the linen, deeper into the history, deeper into the suggestion. The power of the mind to heal itself is fully active, lowering your heart rate, slowing your breathing, cooling your skin. You are safe in the hands of the suggestion, safe in the arms of the inevitable. The night is long and kind, and it has embraced you completely. You feel the final surrender, the moment when the last thread of wakefulness snaps, not with a bang, but with a sigh. You are drifting into the incubated sleep, a sleep that was promised to you, a sleep that you created with the power of your own belief. The temple fades, the world fades, and there is only the deep, dark, healing silence. You are asleep because you believed you would be, and in that belief, you have found the ultimate rest. You drift down, down, down into the sanctuary of the mind, where the power of suggestion has built a castle of dreams just for you, and you enter it now, closing the heavy doors behind you, safe, secure, and deeply, deeply asleep.
Leaving the ancient temple of healing and the whispers of the priests behind you, you find yourself walking now under the vast open canopy of a starlit sky. The air has grown cooler and crisper, carrying the scent of fresh water and night-blooming jasmine. You have arrived at the edge of a massive, silent lake, a body of water so still that it mirrors the heavens perfectly, creating the illusion that there is no horizon, only an endless sphere of stars. Tethered to a small wooden dock is a simple rowboat, weathered by time and seasons, bobbing gently on the dark water. You step off the land and into the boat, the wood creaking softly and welcome, and instead of sitting at the oars to row, you lay a thick blanket down on the floor of the boat and lie down on your back, staring up at the Milky Way, which stretches like a river of diamond dust across the sky. You reach out and gently push the boat away from the dock, just a single shove, and then you bring your hands inside the boat and fold them over your chest. You are not rowing, you are not steering, you are simply letting the boat go where the water takes it. This is the physical embodiment of the default mode network, a specific and crucial state of your brain that activates only when you stop focusing on the outside world and start drifting within. In our modern lives, we are often told that a wandering mind is a distracted mind, that we must always be focused, always sharp, always paying attention to a task. But the psychology of rest tells us something different. When you stop working, when you stop scrolling, when you stop trying to solve problems, your brain shifts gears into this default mode, which is a network of brain regions that light up like a constellation, allowing you to daydream, to imagine, and to wander. Lie back and feel the gentle, rhythmic rocking of the boat. It is a motion that goes back to your very beginning, back to the cradle, back to the womb. The water is supporting the boat, and the boat is supporting you. There is absolutely no effort required on your part to stay afloat. You watch the stars above you. They seem to be swaying slightly, but it is you who is swaying, drifting slowly away from the shore, away from the solid ground of logic and reason, out into the fluid world of the unconscious. The default mode network is the bridge between being awake and being asleep. It is the twilight zone where your thoughts loosen their grip on reality and begin to float freely.
You might find your mind jumping from a memory of a childhood summer to the image of a blue door to the sound of rain. These are not distractions. These are the threads of your mind untangling themselves. Allow your mind to drift just as the boat drifts. There is no destination tonight, no map to follow. You feel the cool night air brushing against your cheeks, a gentle caress that reminds you that you are alive, but you are resting. The silence out here on the lake is profound, broken only by the occasional lap of water against the wood, a soft liquid slap that marks the passage of time. You are entering a state of wakeful rest, where your brain is consolidating memories, making sense of the day, and preparing to shut down for the night. It is a necessary drift, a mental cleaning process that can only happen when you let go of the oars. You feel a heaviness in your legs, a pleasant sensation of gravity pulling you down into the floor of the boat, making you feel secure and grounded even as you float. The psychology of this drift is the psychology of permission. You are giving yourself permission to go nowhere, to achieve nothing, to simply exist. The shore is far behind you now, a dark line in the distance, and the lights of the world have faded away, leaving you alone with the cosmos. You feel a sense of expansion in your chest, a feeling that your mind is becoming as vast and as deep as the lake beneath you. The default mode network is often where creativity lives, but tonight it is where sleep lives. You notice that your thoughts are becoming less like sentences and more like impressions, soft and fuzzy around the edges. You might see the face of an old friend or the color of a sunset you saw years ago. Let these images come and go. Do not hold on to them. Just watch them float by like leaves on a stream. The boat turns slowly in the current, a lazy rotation that creates a feeling of weightlessness, as if you are suspended in the stars. You are disconnecting from the executive functions of your brain. The CEO of your mind has left the building, and the dreamer has taken over. The water is dark and deep, holding secrets and silence, and you trust it completely to carry you. You feel the tension in your jaw releasing, your mouth falling slightly open, your tongue relaxing from the roof of your mouth. The gentle rocking motion stimulates the vestibular system in your inner ear, a soothing signal that has been used for centuries to lull babies to sleep, and it works just as well on you. You are a child of the universe, rocking in a wooden cradle on a lake of stars. The task-positive network of your brain, the part that worries and plans, is finally dimming down, its lights going out one by one, leaving only the soft glow of the default mode. This mental wandering is not a waste of time. It is the pathway to the dream world. You cannot march directly into sleep. You must drift into it. You must slide sideways into the unconscious. The boat moves into a patch of light mist that has settled on the water, a cool white fog that wraps around you, dampening sound even further, making the world feel small and intimate. You are in a cloud on the water, hidden from everything. The sensory deprivation of the mist and the night allows your mind to turn inward completely. You feel a profound sense of peace, a realization that there is nowhere else you need to be. The drifting is the point. The aimlessness is the goal. You are not lost, you are free. The stars above are blurring now, their sharp points of light turning into soft smears of silver. Your breathing has slowed to match the rhythm of the waves. A slow inhale as the boat rises imperceptibly, a slow exhale as it settles back down. You are one with the motion of the water, one with the drift. The psychology of the default mode network teaches us that we are human beings, not human doings. And in this moment of doing nothing, you are fully yourself. You feel a wave of drowsiness washing over you, heavier than the blankets, warmer than the air. It starts in your forehead, smooths out your brow, and flows down over your eyes, sealing them shut. You are safe in this little boat, held by the buoyant force of the lake. The thoughts that cross your mind now are nonsensical and sweet, the first fragments of dreams. You are no longer steering the ship of your life. You have handed the wheel over to the night. The boat drifts on, silent and steady, carrying you deeper into the center of the lake, deeper into the center of yourself. You feel a deep gratitude for this ability to let go, to unhook from the dock of the waking world. The water laps gently, a rhythmic shushing sound. Shh, shh, shh. You are floating in the void, suspended between the sky and the water, suspended between today and tomorrow. The bridge has been crossed. You are no longer awake, but not yet fully asleep. You are in the beautiful, drifting, dreamlike state of the default mode. You surrender to the current, surrender to the mist, surrender to the peace of having no direction. You are simply drifting, floating, being. The stars watch over you, the water rocks you, and the night holds you in its vast, velvet hands. You are ready to dream, ready to sink through the bottom of the boat into the soft, warm depths of the deepest sleep. The drift continues, slow and eternal, carrying you away, carrying you home, carrying you into the silence.
You have arrived at the final threshold of the night, the sanctuary where the physical world gently dissolves into the ethereal. Lying here in the soft embrace of your bed, you feel the weight of the day simply evaporate, leaving only the comforting heaviness of your own limbs sinking deeper into the mattress. The air in the room is still, and the temperature is perfect, creating a cocoon of safety that allows your mind to finally let go of its vigilance. And as you close your eyes, you do not see darkness, but rather a vast and welcoming canvas waiting for the final masterpiece of the night. This is the Hypnagogic Bridge, the secret pathway that connects the shores of wakefulness to the deep ocean of sleep, a place where logic softens and imagination takes the wheel in the most gentle way possible. As you breathe in slowly and deeply, you begin to notice the first faint sparks of this transition. The velvety blackness behind your eyelids is not empty. It is alive with a quiet and pulsing energy that shifts and dances just for you. You are entering the gallery of the mind, the private exhibition that plays every night as a signal that rest is imminent. And the first thing you notice is the color. Perhaps it is a soft blooming of indigo that starts in the center of your vision and ripples outward like a drop of water in a dark pond. These colors are not sharp or demanding. They are bioluminescent and hazy, glowing with the warmth of a distant lantern, shifting from deep purples to soothing ambers that remind you of a sunset you once saw years ago. There is no need to focus on them or try to understand what they are, for in the hypnagogic state, nothing needs to make sense. Shapes form and dissolve in the span of a single heartbeat, geometry becoming liquid as squares soften into circles, and circles stretch into long ribbons of light that weave through the darkness. You are watching the brain's screensaver, the beautiful and nonsensical curtain call that signals the conscious mind is powering down, and it is a mesmerizing display of creativity that requires absolutely no effort from you. As you sink deeper, the shapes become more intricate. You might see the texture of velvet moving in a slow wind, or patterns that look like tessellations of stars rotating slowly in a void of comfort. This is the visual language of relaxation, the mind decluttering itself, turning the static of the day into art, transforming the worries of the afternoon into floating clouds of teal and silver that drift away until they are nothing but dust. You feel a sensation of floating, as if the bed beneath you has turned into a raft drifting down a lazy river, and the current is guiding you toward the Hypnagogic bridge, a structure made not of steel or stone, but of mist and moonlight.
You step onto this bridge in your mind, and the feeling is one of absolute weightlessness. The heavy gravity of the earth no longer applies here, and every step you take toward the center of the bridge makes your body feel lighter and more dissolved. The colors around you deepen, the bright flashes of the earlier moments settling into a rich and steady hum of visual warmth. Perhaps a deep forest green that smells like rain, or a midnight blue that feels like a heavy quilt. You are safe here in this halfway house of dreams, watching the random firing of neurons create a kaleidoscope of tranquility, and you realize that these nonsensical images are actually a lullaby for your eyes. They distract you from the lists and the plans. They gently steer your attention away from the clock and the calendar, pulling you into a present moment that is purely sensory and devoid of judgment. As you cross deeper into the hypnagogic state, you might see faces that morph into landscapes, a smile that becomes a crescent moon, a tree that turns into a fountain of sparks. And none of it is strange. All of it is welcomed as part of the flow. You are the observer, the silent passenger on a ship sailing through a sea of stars. And the deeper you go, the more the logic of the day feels like a distant memory, a language you used to speak but have now happily forgotten. The bridge is long and sloping downward, a gentle descent into the valley of sleep. And with every breath you take, you slide further down this velvet ramp, gravity hugging you, pulling you down into the foundational layers of rest. The visuals begin to slow down now, the rapid flickering of shapes easing into a slow and hypnotic undulation, like breathing, the colors pulsing in time with your own heart. It is a symphony of silence where the music is made of light, and you are the only audience member in this grand theater, wrapped in the warmth of your blankets, feeling the cool side of the pillow against your cheek. You are safe, you are warm, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be, suspended in the beautiful gap between thinking and dreaming. The hypnagogic bridge is the final checkpoint, the place where you hand over the keys of consciousness and trust your body to take over, knowing that it knows exactly how to restore you.
The shapes are fading now, becoming softer, less defined, merging with the background, until everything is a uniform shade of soothing charcoal, a darkness that is not empty, but full of potential, a darkness that feels like a thick and soft blanket pulled up to your chin. You are no longer looking at the shapes, you are becoming part of them, dissolving into the scene, no longer separate from the sleep, but an ingredient of it. The bridge is ending, the other side is reached, and the ground beneath you is made of clouds, soft and yielding, accepting your weight completely. You feel a wave of relaxation start at the top of your head and wash down over your eyes, smoothing out the tiny muscles that watched the light show, moving down your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, releasing every knot, every ounce of tension melting into the liquid feeling of the night. You are drifting, gliding, sinking. The visual show has served its purpose, distracting you long enough for the Sandman to do his work. And now the curtain is falling, a heavy velvet drape of peace closing over the stage. There is no more need to see, no more need to interpret, only the need to be, to float in this suspended animation where time does not exist. The nonsense has turned into silence, the colors have turned into comfort, and the bridge has delivered you safely to the shores of deep sleep. You are heavy, so wonderfully heavy, anchored by peace, protected by the night, and as the final image flickers and fades, perhaps a single star winking out in a vast sky, you let go of the last thread of awareness. You fall, not with fear, but with trust, falling into the softest landing imaginable, the final descent complete, the darkness embracing you like an old friend. You are asleep.